Hi everyone, I'm Alexa, behavioral scientist, mental health advocate, volunteer counselor, all around friendly person, and a medical student on the side. Raising awareness on mental health is a big part of my passions in life. From studying behavioral sciences in my undergraduate years, spearheading activities and organizations that help promote students' mental health all over the world, to participating in talks such as this that aim to help people in their struggles with mental health, especially during the pandemic. So today, I'm really excited to be talking about something that I believe everybody has experienced: stress. At the end of this session, we hope to help guide you in managing your stress little by little each day. So let's get right into it. Let me start off by asking you to ask yourself a question: how am I today? Oftentimes, we ask people, Huy, kumusta ka na? But we don't ask the same question to ourselves. Natapos na lang ang araw, hindi mo pa rin nakakamusta ang sarili mo. Ouch. What exactly is important about this question? Usually, especially during peak stressful moments, our brain has this block or wall that stops us from comprehending that we're actually stressed out. At times when I'm stressed out, especially when it's about school, I actually need someone or my ate to tell me that I need to eat, I need to drink water, or even go to the toilet. Stress is so harmful to us, and we don't even know about it. But what exactly is stress? Well, today we're going to answer that question. And along the way, we're going to bust some common myths about stress and learn about the A, B, and C's that can help us solve those problems that we're experiencing right now regarding stress. Myth number one: no signs of stress means no stress. True or false? False. That's a big no no. Just because you're not experiencing obvious signs of stress doesn't mean you're not actually stressed out. Remember a while ago when I said that when we're stressed out, our brain has this block or wall that stops us from comprehending that we're stressed out? Well, too many times I've actually talked to a lot of people who don't realize or have realized too late that stress have already been eating them inside for so long. Which brings us to our number one step in combating stress, which is A, awareness. Know when you're stressed out. How can we solve a problem when we don't even know that we have a problem? This graph right here is known as the Yerkes-Dodson curve, also known as the stress curve. It relates the relationship of stress, the level of stress, and the equating performance or ability that we can finish a task connecting to that amount of stress. Basically, it tells us when the level of stress becomes too high or if there's not enough stress, the performance decreases. Right now, where do you think you are at this curve? Could be that you're really high up, wherein you're actually able to do all your tasks. So you have enough stress, the perfect amount of stress. Or maybe you're too stressed out and you can't think anymore, you can't focus anymore. So you could be at the level wherein there's too much stress, but then you're not able to do anything. If you don't know exactly where you are in the stress, in the stress curve, I actually have some good news for you. You were created with a built-in alarm system. This helps knock some sense into you for you to know that you're actually stressed out. And this alarm system is called your body. Remember the time when you had a stomach ache or headache, or people noticed na mas masungit ka bigla? Usually, maybe this is the time like days before an exam. Well, this is your body telling you that you're stressed out, that you need to be able to control that stress so that you can actually focus and finish your exam. It's time to listen to your body. But of course, it's not enough to just think about the stress that we have. We have to learn how to accept and acknowledge the stress that we're going through. What you're feeling when you're stressed out, that feeling, that emotion, it's an extremely normal reaction to a normal situation. What I'm trying to say is that it's okay to be stressed out. For now, allow yourself to feel it. Feeling it and sticking by that feeling is actually your first step to conquering stress problems. Here's an activity. Think about and write down some of the things that you think are your warning signs when you're stressed out. For me, So, some of my warning signs would actually be me getting a headache, uh, feeling really, really nervous about something that sometimes I don't even know about, feeling like I can't eat, or sometimes I eat too much. So, these are some of the warning signs that tell me that I'm stressed out about something and I need to be able to control that. Myth number two: nothing bad can happen to me from too much stress. True or false? False. Too much stress can negatively affect our concentration, problem solving, personal interactions, and school performance. It can also actually lead to physical and mental health problems. That includes, as I've said before, headaches, stomach aches, you can have anxiety, you can develop depression, drug use, and even aggression. Myth number three: all stress is bad. True or false? False. Feeling stressed out is actually a normal reaction to a personally perceived abnormal situation. Stress is the body's response to any demand or pressure. It is therefore a natural response. Stress can also have healthy or unhealthy effects on our lives. For example, when we know we have a big test coming up, and that's the stress, it can actually give us the motivation to study. On the other hand, if we become too stressed out about that exam, it can prevent us from focusing and actually doing well. Stress is normal and can be both bad and good. There are actually two types of stress. First one is eustress. This is the positive or good kind of stress from situations that help us feel happy. For example, hanging out with friends, talking to friends, being able to play video games. The other type of stress is distress. This is the negative or bad kind of stress. This can be very harmful to our body. And a good example of that would be, I think, that are relatable to a lot of you is having too much workload at school and not having enough time or the resources to actually finish them. The difference in making stress a positive or negative factor lies with how effectively the person is able to manage it. Which brings us to the number two step in combating stress, which is B, for balance. Remember the stress curve. Remember that not enough stress won't actually get you anywhere, or if there's too low stress, it won't help motivate you to do something. On the other hand, too much stress or a really high amount of stress won't also get you anywhere. Here's an activity: look around you, look into your mind, notice your situation, notice your thoughts, think about the different stressors in your life. Think if they're a source of good or bad stress to you right now, right at this moment. So, what we can do is you can write a graph, maybe, or a table where you can write down the different stressors that you have in your life right now. Try to categorize them if they're eustress or good stress, or bad stress or distress. You can write down some external stressors, which is coming from your physical environment. So, for example, right now in the pandemic, the lockdown, write that down. If you're feeling, if it's under good stress, if it's pushing you to do something, being in the lockdown, or if it's stopping you from being productive, you can put it in the bad stress. Another source of external stress can also be your social interactions with people. Right now, having a bad relationship with someone, or any type of kind of relationship with someone, you can put that. Is it something that has made you realize something about yourself and has pushed you to do something? You can put that in the good stress, or you can put it in the bad stress. Another is organizational. So specifically, that can talk about work or school. If it's giving you too much pressure, let's say put there too much workload, you can put that either good stress or bad stress, depending if that's actually helping you do something, if it's making you feel that you're actually being productive or improving. That depends. You can just put their daily hassles in life. For example, having to go do groceries, having the need to do chores, or always being in front of your computer. You can put that either good stress or bad stress, depending on your situation. And then we have the internal stressors. Internal stressors are more of your lifestyle choices, your the way you talk to yourself, self-talk, self-esteem. Some of the things is your personality. If you are a short-tempered person, if you are more optimistic, pessimistic, or cynical or pragmatic, that depends. For example, lifestyle choices, some of the decisions that have given you stress recently. If you decided to take LOA, or a leave of absence, if you decided to stay in school, did that give you good stress or bad stress? This is a way for us to understand that at this moment in time, at this point in life, these are the things that are giving me good stress or bad stress. And then we can see how we can control those bad stressors. Myth number 4: what stresses you out stresses me out. True or false? False. Although we may all be going through a similar or same situations, we actually all look at each situation differently. What may be something stressful to me or to you doesn't necessarily have to be stressful to other people. It's actually about how we manage or cope with the stress that tells us if we're able to control it or not. Myth number 5: there's nothing you can do about stress. It happens, and all you can do is endure it. It's true or false? False. There are many ways to actually cope and manage stress, as well as decrease stress in your life. Some basic lifestyle changes, such as getting enough sleep, eating well, and regular exercise, can actually be a start in reducing stress in your life. But the most important one is to be able to train your mind, which brings us to our last step, or step number 3 in combating stress: C. C for control. In this part, we're actually going to be talking about the different skills that can help you manage your stress, which we'll talk about in the next video. So stay tuned.